Dear Sir stroke Madam, we're giving you 10 days to get correctly licensed. Really? Hello again folks and welcome to another helping of Mr H's Hot Pot. You join me this evening for another letter from TV licensing. Yes, it's that time of the month. It soon comes round, doesn't it? Now, before I dive into Volume 7 of Letters from TV Licensing, I'd just like to recap on Volume 6 if I may. Now, as some of you out there may remember, TV Licensing hadn't wrote to me for quite a number of months, and then suddenly, out of the blue last month, it seems like they've remembered me again and decided to send me a letter. In that letter, they demanded that I would contact them before the 27th of December, otherwise they would open an investigation into my address. Now, needless to say, I didn't reply. I was too busy with Christmas and all that kind of good stuff, and I wasn't going to reply to them anyway, was I? So, this morning, this arrived on the mat. Now, as you can see, it's very different in design to all the others that I've received. This one's in a 6x5 envelope, white, and there's two windows on it. One where my address would be, which I've blanked out for obvious reasons, and a secondary one that appears to have like a little calendar in it with about 10 days on, and it's stating January to February 2018, and then they've circled the first in red. There's no TV licensing logos on it, either on the front or on the back. All it has is the return address to Darlington, which is where these things come from. Now, one thing I am glad to see is that there's no lies on the front, such as urgent action required, or attention needed, because, as we all know, you don't need to bother with these whatsoever. Now, as I said, this one's very different in design, and it's a little bit confusing and hard to describe, so I'm not going to, before I do read it out, I'm going to show you what one of these looks like. This is a copy or a template of the letter that I've got, but it's someone else's from last year, but they're all the same. So I'll let you digest that for a couple of seconds, and then we'll jump into the letter, shall we? So with a bit of luck, you're now all familiar with the layout of the letter that I'm holding in front of me. So without further ado, let's jump into this month's letter from TV licensing, shall we? Now, the first thing that I notice is I'm no longer being addressed as the present occupier. In this letter, I'm addressed as the legal occupier. Quite what the difference is between present occupier and legal occupier, I don't know. I should imagine as they're trying to up the ante, they're trying to make it sound more legally binding type of thing. Same old rubbish. It doesn't matter what they term you as legal occupier, present occupier. It doesn't make a damn bit of difference. So we've got the TV licensing logo in the top right hand corner. We've got my status, which is visit temporary on hold. And I've got the date, which is January 2018, and then there's a reference number. Then that little calendar that you could see in the second window on the envelope, that's underneath all that. And then underneath in bold we've got we're giving you 10 days to get correctly licensed. Now that's a bit of a misleading statement in itself, because I legally don't need a TV licence. Therefore, how can I get correctly licensed when I don't need one? It's a negative, it doesn't make any sense. But hey-ho, we all know the way these letters read, don't we? So it goes on, Dear Sir, Madam, there is no record of a TV licence at this address. This means you are breaking the law if you are watching or recording live TV programmes on any channel, or downloading or watching BBC programmes on iPlayer on any device. Now, in fairness to them at this stage, I'm going to say that that's an honest statement. It's an honest summary of the law. It's exactly what it says on the tin. For once, they've actually put exactly what you can and can't do. And they've condensed it rather than going on about all kinds of devices. So that's a good one for them so far. Then underneath that in bold we've got, we will not visit you for 10 days, but you must get correctly licensed. Once again, giving me the negative again. How can I get correctly licensed when I am correctly unlicensed? Doesn't make sense. We know how difficult it is to pay bills at the moment. That's why we're giving you until the 1st of February, which is in bold, to get correctly licensed. Again, doesn't make any sense, it's a negative. Our investigation of your address has been put on hold, and we will not, that's in bold, send an enforcement officer to your address during this time. Call us on, there's a telephone number, by the 1st of February. Again, that's in bold, to tell me that I need to contact them by the 1st of February. One of our specialist advisors will help you to check if you need a TV licence. If you do, they'll help find the best way for you to spread the cost. For example, our payment card, that's put in bold, lets you pay from £6 a week at any pay point. You can also pay by direct debit, or apply for a free licence if you're 75 or over. If you think you don't need a TV licence, you should tell us in the next 10 days so we can update our records. Now, I don't think that I don't need a TV licence. I know I don't need a TV licence. And with regards to telling you in the next 10 days, that's my choice whether I do so or not. I am under no legal obligation to deal with TV licensing if I don't, so it's misleading in itself. With regards to their records, that's their problem, not mine. They're the ones that are charged with making sure everyone has a TV licence in this country, not me. What happens if you decide to do nothing? Again, this is in bold. If you don't contact us by the 1st of February, which is in bold, we will then start a full investigation. Start a full investigation is in bold. Of your address. Please turn over for more information. Yours faithfully, Enforcement Manager. And then underneath there's a blue box. Remember, you have until the 1st of February to get correctly licensed. Then underneath that it states, to buy a TV licence or tell us you don't need one, call us immediately on, and there's a telephone number. And then there's a little box underneath in bold. If we don't hear from you by this date, we will start a full investigation of your address. So what this is trying to imply by being in bold and dates jumping out at me is that by the 1st of February they're going to start their investigation if I don't contact them. Now, that would be all fine and dandy if this was a genuine governmental agency such as the DVLA or Her Majesty's Customs or somebody like that. Then I would need to respond, but I'm under no legal obligation to respond to these people. So therefore, it's all tosh, it's all trying to gently insinuate, you know, we'll do this and we'll do that, when really, they can't. Now, I've had a few questions from people asking, when they get letter XYZ stating, what stage of the investigation am I in? Or, you know, will I expect a visit because I've had this particular letter? In short, the answer is no. Despite this one stating that they'll give me 10 days to get in touch with them, that doesn't necessarily mean that it would stop a goon turning up at my door. That could happen. And in fact, there's a few videos out there, if you do your research, where goons will actually admit that their visits have nothing to do with the letters. The letters are just there to get you to contact them. So there we have it. That's Letters from TV Licence Volume 7. Now, a bit of a spoiler alert here. The next one will state, because I haven't responded to this one, my home is now under investigation. It's just a bog standard one. So there's a bit of a spoiler there for you out there. But that'll be the next one, I'll guarantee you. So, until the next time, when it's Letters from TV Licensing Volume 8, it is bye-bye for now.